What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? How do I even do this? We're back in stewed. I haven't been doing anything but vlogs, bro. I'm gonna be talking about how I almost missed my flight to Detroit. So let me break that down for y'all, man. Let's start with the night before the flight. All right, so mind you, I was taking a connection flight. A connection flight is one flight, then you connect in a city and then go to your original, like, where you want to go. My flight was from Punta Cana to Fort Lauderdale to Detroit. Cool, right? So the night before, they said my flight was originally at 2 p.m., the first flight, and they said it was delayed until 3 p.m. I said, all right, whatever, cool. I said it's probably gonna mess with my connection flight a little bit, because the thing is with connections is there's a lot of processes, especially when you're coming from international. There's customs, there's TSA, you gotta do your passport check-in or whatever. There's processes, and it takes a while. But the estimated time that we would get there was 5:14. The connection was at 6:14. I usually get done with things very quickly, and I was like, that should leave me actually a little excess time. It's tight, but it should be good. It should be comfortable. So in the morning, as I'm having my guy Palou, shout out Palou, he's driving me to the airport, and it says they pulled it back 20 minutes. So they delayed it, then undelayed it by 20 minutes. So it's 2:40. We're supposed to leave at. Supposed to board at 1:40. Board 1:40, 1:50, leave at 2:40. Supposed to be in the sky at 2:40. Okay, they said on the app, or they emailed everybody, they said, make sure you guys get there 3 hours early. You want to make sure that you're there, and because they have long lines and there's a bunch of different whatever. So make sure you're there 3 hours early. I get there at, I think, 11:30, because 11:30, 12:30, 1:30, 2:30. Cool, right? The whole process took about 25 minutes, and I was in the eating. I sat down, got something to eat at like 11:55. So I sat there for about 2.5 hours. And ladies and gentlemen, please, I want you to comment if this ever fails you, because it hasn't failed me yet. I'm gonna put you guys on game. If you have a flight, whether it's domestic, international, wherever, and you don't board the flight 1 hour or 50 minutes before the flight, if it passes that time, then you are going to be late. Maybe 10 minutes, maybe 15, maybe 30. Not too sure. It all depends on when they start boarding, because when they board late, that means that they're expecting for someone to be late. They're expecting to be waiting on someone or something like bags or whatever to get on the plane. So they start boarding at 35 minutes, and I'm like, oh, fuck, I'm gonna be late. But the good thing was they pulled it back 20 minutes. So I'm like, okay, we're fine. As long as we leave by like 3 o'clock, let's say, then I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable, Get there by 5:19 maybe, 5:14. Generally about an hour. I'm good, right? Because I have mobile passport, I have clear, I have all these TSA pre-check. There's all these different things that you can get that like kind of push you ahead of everybody else, and you can just do things so much faster. And it's recommended for people who travel a lot. So I have certain things. I also have special services, because I have a right hip replacement, for those of you that don't know, which is probably everybody, actually. Sorry, I don't. Let me know if you guys want to hear the story about that. That would probably be a while, though. We get onto the bus, and, wow, that looks weird. I'm going to leave it anyway, because why not? We get onto the bus, and it's like a bus where there's seats and you can stand too. So a lot of people are standing. We're standing on the bus for about 20 minutes. And that's a problem, because I what is it, like 2:50? We're 10 minutes late already. We're supposed to be in the sky 10 minutes ago, and we're on the bus to go to the plane, because there's like, you have to, when they do your passport, you get on a bus, and they drive you a little bit to the plane, and you get on the plane, and then you dip. So we're already late, and I'm like, oh shit. And you could even hear me from other people. It's like I'm just by myself, like, ooh wait, god damn, because I'm calculating the time, and it's slowly just going. We're just slowly losing time. We finally leave 20 minutes later, and we get on the plane. We're waiting on the plane. And, Captain comes on the intercom and he's like, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, we have a... ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, we are expecting delays here, and we're not too sure where everything's going on, but what the word we have here is that there is luggage being loaded onto the aircraft, and I think we are waiting on 4 passengers. That's what he says. We're waiting on people. Normally, though, in the U.S., what I'm used to is if you miss your flight, you miss your flight. They don't stop the fucking plane to wait on people to get on the plane. But that's what they were doing. We waited for 30 minutes on that plane. Time. I'm just looking at my phone, just going tick, 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 tick. Losing time. And at this point, I said, when we finally got in the air, and it'd been a 50-minute delay. We got in the air at 3:30. The original delay was 3 o'clock. The updated delay was 2:40. So from that 2:40 time, we had waited 50 minutes extra, right? And you know why that's a problem, guys? That's a problem because my connection is still scheduled for the original time, and that only gives me an hour. So you subtract 50 minutes, guys, and what do we have? 10, 15 minutes? Well, luckily, our pilot saved us 5 minutes. We touched down, gates are open, people are getting off the plane. They're getting off the plane, and I look at my phone, I see I have 20 minutes, bro. I have 20 minutes. That means I have 20 minutes to go through customs, go through TSA, go through the passport thing, find the gate, whatever, in 20 minutes. I get to the line, the first customs line, and there is a sea of people all in one line. And I'm used to this because it's happened before. But when it happened before, I realized that if you had mobile passport, the app on your phone, you can skip the line. There's even a sign that says it, skip the line with mobile passport. And they would allow you to go by. So I do my same finesse thing. I'm like, all right, bet. Walking past about 150 people. Sure. And I get there, and this fucking dickhead, and he's not really a dick. I mean, I only call him a dick because of the way that he said it. He was rude. Not because of like, oh, you didn't let me do what I want to do. I understand it's your job. But I get there, and he's like, where are you going? I said, I have mobile passport. I'm just going down to the kiosk. And then he says, nope, you can't do that. We're not doing that today. And I said, you're not doing that today? He said, we're not doing it. And I said, okay. I said, okay. I said, do you know where the special services line is at least? Because there's like 100 people in line, and I've been advised not to stand on my feet for, longer than 20 minutes. And so he says to me, yeah, there's some special services, sir, but you're going to have to wait until you get past this line. And I said, all right. I don't know why he was so rude about it, but I was like, okay. And as soon as I turned around, he said, see, look, now they're all following you. And I'm like, you know, it's just, you gotta show people mercy sometimes, man. And that's what I decided to do. So I go back in line, right? I get in line, and I'm like, bro, this line ain't moving. So I literally FaceTime my dad, right? And I'm like, he's like, what's going on with the flight? I said, it's over. He said, what do you mean it's over? I said, do you see this line? I said, it's not moving. He said, what about mobile passport? I said, they're not doing it. He said, they're not what? He said, I was just there last week. What are they talking about? I said, I don't know, but they said they're not doing it. And he said, Amir, I don't know what you got to do, man, but you got to find a way. Because he knows what time it is. He knows I have like maybe 15 minutes now. I go back in the other line that's completely empty. You're not supposed to be over there. I walk past the sea of people. And like, it's like a movie, bro. Like 5, 6, 7 people all start walking at the same time as I'm walking. And I kind of blend in. And I can hear from the corner like of my ear. And I'm like, someone said like, oh, they're just going on their own now. I didn't look back to see what the fuck they was talking. I just kept walking. So I walked downstairs to the lady. She's like, I see another big ass line. I'm like, yo. I said, do you know where the special services line is? She said, yeah, we're not doing that. I said, you're not doing that? And she said, no. She said, do you have mobile passport? I said, yeah, I do. He said, yeah, we're not doing that either. I said, okay. I said, man, I need you to understand that I have a meeting with some doctors, okay, in Michigan. And my flight leaves in 12 minutes. And I said, I need to make this flight, man. And she says, okay. She radios somebody. She said, I just gotta let them know you're coming. She opens this little thing for me. I walk by. I go to the special service lines. I see the agent. That was quick as fuck. That took maybe 3-4 minutes. I go from there. I'm in the clear line. I pull up. I go to the agent. I check in. Whoop, whoop. I wait on somebody. And then I get to TSA. I have about 9 or 8 minutes, right? And when I get to TSA, I'm like, do you guys have a special services line? And he's like, just go in that line. There's literally nobody in there. And I said, all right, say less. I go to the line. I mean, this was the quickest TSA thing I've ever done in my entire life. I mean, I'm throwing shit in the basket, book bag off, shoes in there in like 15 seconds, bro. I walked through the thing, and they said, excuse me, sir. We're going to have to give you a pat down. I said, okay, but just letting you know, I have a right hip replacement, so it goes off a lot of times in the magnetometer. And he says, okay, gives me a pat down. He's like, oh, you're good, whatever. I put my shit on. I have about 5 minutes. As soon as I get my shit on, I sprint. I am running through the Fort Lauderdale airport, bro. In my digital ticket, I can show y'all right here, bro. Y'all can see it. It says G12 is your gate. G12, bro. It says G12 on there with the time and everything. I checked before I left, so I sprint to G12. I'm out. And I get there with like 2 minutes. I'm like, damn, and I gotta piss and I got time to use the bathroom. People are still boarding. I'm straight. I'm in line. I'm looking at my phone. I look up at the TV, you know, where they got the fucking the gate information and shit. And that shit says G12 Baltimore. My heart dropped, bro. I said, Baltimore? I said, what the fuck? I said, did it already leave? What happened? I look up at my ticket. These motherfuckers, man. These motherfuckers changed the gate to F6. And I don't know if y'all know about the Fort Lauderdale airport, but F6 is far as fuck. So I immediately grab my shit. I haul ass with 110 seconds to go. I am running through the Fort Lauderdale airport, bro. I'm sweating. I'm sweaty. I'm musty. I feel like I just worked out, bro. I'm running through the airport. And I get there, and it is 6:15. I see the plane. 6:15. I look over at the door, and the gate is closed, bro. The gate is fucking closed, bro. I'm sweating. I feel defeated. I'm like, bro, what? I see my plane right there. And bro, I look over at the worker. I said, is it closed? He said, yeah, it just closed. You just missed it. I said, sir, I need to meet my orthopedic surgeon and my doctors in Michigan. And you don't understand what I had to do to get here, man. And he said, well, the only thing you can do is wait for the lady to come out. I said, all right. She comes out. I said, is it over? She said, yeah. I said, bro. I said, excuse me, ma'am. I came all the way from the Dominican Republic. I need to see my orthopedic surgeon and my doctors. It's urgent. And I said, I just came through so much security and TSA and customs. And she sees me. I'm sweating. I said, ma'am, I ran here. And none of this is my fault. I said, ma'am, I've been waiting since 7 a.m. I said, ma'am, I was waiting in Punta Cana for 2.5 hours waiting on this plane. And it was late an hour. And she says, hold on one second. She radios to the other guy. She said, yo, I got one more. And I heard that and I said, oh my God, thank you, Jesus. She said, go, open the door. I'm out, bro. I'm out, bro. I'm sprinting through the fucking thing. I get there and the flight attendants all looking at me and shit. I said 4 words to them, bro. I said, you have no idea. They ain't even say shit to me. I turn, to get to the aisle where all the people, and they all looking at me, bro. And the niggas just start laughing because I'm panting, I'm sweating, and it looks like some shit out of a movie, bro. I swear to God, it looks like some shit out of a movie. My fucking shirt all fucked up and shit, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm fucked up, bro. Everybody's sitting there fucking like, what the fuck did you do, bro? What the hell's going on? And the craziest thing is nobody knows what happened, bro, until now. And the craziest thing, I got a picture. I'm gonna put it up right there. Put it up right there, bro. And as you guys can see, there had to be about 30 empty seats there. And do you guys know why there's 30 empty seats there? The reason why those seats are empty is because before we got off that plane, the flight attendant said, I want everybody who has a connection flight to raise their hand. About 80% of the people went like that. She said, so if you don't have a connection flight and this is your final destination, can you guys please, can you guys sit down and let the people with a connection go off first? Because I know things are tight and we're not sure if they'll be able to make their connection flights. So can you please try to let them go first? And I can tell you 100%. Getting through 2 lines. I swear, if I had waited in that first line, that probably would took me 45 minutes. Second one, maybe 50 minutes. I've waited in those lines before. Nobody made that flight, bro. And people had other connections to go other places. If their connection was 6:40 or sooner, they didn't make the flight. And I know there was people, and there was a family of sitting right next to me who was going to Detroit, and I feel bad for them because right now they're probably on a flight now. They probably just got a new flight because I know they didn't make it for sure. Nobody who had that connection to Detroit, except for me, and I guarantee it, no one but me made that flight, bro. And I was probably about 20 seconds from missing it completely. I had them open the fucking gate door back up for me, bro. They don't do that. They don't usually do that for people, bro. Once it's closed, bro. But I had an emergency. And I needed to be here, to see my doctors and my surgeons. It's crazy, bro. It's just crazy that I'm just like, I'm here right now. All right, here's the part 2, and I'm gonna make this real quick because I know this video is probably gonna run long. I apologize. So, I'm in the Uber, headed home. I am feeling so many different emotions. I'm not even talking. I'm tired and just all this, it's crazy, bro. It's 10 o'clock at night, 10:30. So I get to my house, and I look in my front pocket where I usually always keep my keys in a certain pocket, right? And I look in that pocket, and they're not there. And I have a lot of shit in the other pockets, so I would have to rummage through it, to get to the key. But I see through the window, my brother is listening to music, or I hear him, So I knock on the door, knock on the door, cool. Knock on the door, no answer. I call him. He has my number blocked, no answer. Text him, number blocked, no answer. I'm calling his name, not through the window. The window's closed, but he can hear me if I scream it louder. I'm screaming his name. I'm like, yo, Omar, yo. Like, yo. Knocking on the door, right? I've been knocking on the door for like 3-4 minutes, bro. I said, all right, he's not about to answer the door. He's not about to answer. So I rummage through my shit, finally find the key. I open the door, I come in, and, turn the light on. My brother's not in the studio anymore. I'm like, what the fuck? Where'd he go? I'm like, where did he go? So I'm looking in the bathroom. Like, he's in the bathroom, not there. Go upstairs, maybe in the bedroom. No, maybe in the other studio. No. Maybe upstairs. No. Maybe in my room, bathroom. No. I'm like, all right, he's got to be in the basement. There's no way, And I recall hearing like some door closing or something like that when I first opened the door. And I come back downstairs to the bottom level where the front door at. And I come back to the studio. Because I'm about to call my dad and be like, yo, where's Omar at? I just heard him. And before I go to the studio, I hear like a knock, But it wasn't a regular ass knock. And I'll be honest, if you're black or you've been around law enforcement enough times, you know what a police knock is when you hear one. And I'm gonna tell you what it sounds like. All right, I'm gonna give you a preview. I'm not the best. I'm gonna give you a preview of what a police knock sounds like. All right, everybody, listen up. This is what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like right there. Real firm, real assertive. Just open this motherfucker up. That's what that be. You know what I'm saying? So I hear the police knock. I'm like, shit. But I'm thinking it's Omar, to be honest, my brother. I'm thinking it's my brother, bro. Because I'm like, all right, it's probably him. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I open the door. It's late at night. I open the door. I go, all right, open the door. And I'm going to let the clip play, bro. I'm going to let the clip play. What a warm welcome. I open the door, and there's 3 squad cars. There's niggas with ARs and pistols, weapons drawn, ready to fucking blast my head off, bro. I'm like, was I swatted? What the fuck is going on right now? Like, I'm like, yo, I swear to God, I say, yo. I'm like, what the fuck? Bro, I got flashlights all in my eye. I can barely see. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Police lights, all that. I'm like, bro, what's going on? And I said, good evening, fellas. What's going on? And he said, we received a call. Someone is trying to break into a house, or break into this house. And I said, sir, I live here. And he said, can I see your ID? I said, sure. And unfortunately, my ID has my old address on it. And he says, sir, your address isn't on here. You don't live here, sir. I said, oh my God. I said, this is my dad's home, sir. I live here, sir. And he said, is there any way you can prove that? And I said, I rummaged through my wallet, bro. I pull out my other driver's license, bro, and I hand it to him because that has my new address on it. He said, oh, okay, because we got a call and I don't know what's going on. So I said, 1 second, let me call my dad and figure out. I called my dad. He said, yo, what the fuck is going on? I said, exactly. I said, exactly. Exactly. What is going on? And he's like, where the fuck are you? I said, I'm at home. He said, yeah, you scared the shit out of Omar. He He thought somebody was breaking in and he took off through the back door. Apparently, let me give you my brother's POV very quickly. I know this video is long. I apologize, but thank you for sticking by. If any of you did, muchas gracias. So from my brother's POV, right? He's in the studio listening to music. Here's this my knock, not a police knock, but my knock on the door. It's not that crazy, but I'm knocking on the door for a while. He calls my dad. Without looking, you hear a knock on the door at night, which is, people don't usually come by at night. But you hear a knock on the door. You don't answer the door. And there is a window right here where you can look out and see who's at the door. Incognito. Like, they can't even see you. You just look. You can slant it. Just look out, see who's there. Cool. He doesn't look through the window. He hears my knock. He didn't know it's me. Apparently, he didn't hear me calling his name. He has my number blocked for some fucking reason, so he can't get my calls or my texts. He thinks somebody's trying to break in, so he calls my dad. And my dad knows from me calling him at the airport, he knows I'm on my way home. He knows that. He calls my dad. He says, someone's at the door. And my dad said, who is it? My brother says, oh, I don't know. And my dad tells him, well, don't let him in. Apparently, he leaves the studio. In the moment that he hears me unlock the door, he thinks, oh, they just got in. Oh, they in. They're in. That's what he thinks. He thinks they just broke in. With no shoes or socks on, opens the side door, books it out the side door, runs up the street to the gas station, and calls the fucking cops on me, bro. And at night, he comes in my room. He's like, "Oh man, I'm so sorry. I didn't know what was going on." And yes, it's his fault. Why do you have my number blocked? Why didn't you hear me? Why didn't you answer the door? Why didn't my dad tell you that I was coming home? And he says, this could have ended up like one of those horror stories, man. They could have fucking shot you. I said, I know the police, nigga. I know they could have did that. But I didn't have the energy to argue or to be mad. I was just like, whatever, man. I gotta go to bed. It's like midnight. I'm like, I gotta go to bed. And that was after I actually had to do some work on a couple of the cars here. It was like some very minor work that I had to do that took like 30, 45 minutes. I did that after this whole thing was settled out. And I was tired. And the thing that just really irritates me, bro, is the first thing that my dad says to me when he hasn't seen me in maybe a month, and when he comes home, is when he comes to the door and I'm just sitting here talking to Omar. He looks at me and he says, why the fuck would you do that? And I just started laughing because I'm so emotionally and physically just like worn out where I just started laughing. I was just like, he's like, what? He's like, this isn't funny. What are you laughing at? And I gotta wipe the smirk off my face because this is like a sick fucking joke at this point. And I'm like, what do you mean? What did I even do? What did I do? What did I do? What? Try to come home? Why did I knock on the door? What, should I have broken in? Actually? I was thinking about knocking on the window, but I was like, nah, that'll probably scare him. So I'm knocking on the door. And apparently what he thought I was jingling on the door. Like, let me show you. You know what I mean? Like if someone's trying to get in through a locked door, they just, like one of those. Apparently that's what he thought I was doing. And I never did that once because think about it logically here. Why would I try to open a locked door to my own house when I know someone that I know is in there? Why would I do that? What? That doesn't even make any sense. And the number one thing, I hate to be rude or anything, but like, I always come back here. And last time I came back here, I cut my hand and there's still a scar here. There's still a scar right here on some steel from the car. I cut my hand on it and it just hasn't. And when I cut my hand and I had so much else going on, I was like, and you guys wonder why I don't want to come back here. Because every time I come back, something's going wrong. Something is happening. And I just don't like my situation here, bro. I really just don't. And, my dad's going to say, if you don't like it, get the fuck out. Like, leave. That's going to be the solution, And I understand, you know, I'm 20. I'm basically an adult at this point, and you know, I gotta move that way. Not to mention, I come in the stew, things are broken, things are missing, things are misplaced. You know, holes, whatever. It's just, you know, a lot going on, man. And yeah, I'm sorry I'm making this video very long, but yeah, that's it. I'm sorry I'm holding the mic like this because the boom is broken for some reason now. So, yep. Good thing I found the lights, though. I found a light because a couple of them were missing, but we're good. Hopefully things will settle itself out. But ladies and gentlemen, it's a pleasure for me to be here, man, honestly. I know I haven't been in here a lot, and I haven't really had much motivation to be here. As you guys can see, I can't even fucking come in my house without being almost shot. This is a lot, man. You know, and you guys know that. Without further ado, it's been a pleasure, man. And I know I don't have enough energy. I'm sorry, but it's the best I could do, ladies and gentlemen, and I hope you guys can appreciate that.